Breaking news. The first of 6 self-titled Goon Squad officers receive a 20-year sentence over the torture of 2 Mississippi black men. Hunter Elward, one of the 6 white former law enforcement officers in Mississippi who pleaded guilty to charges connected to the beating and sexual assault of 2 black men, was sentenced Tuesday to 20 years in federal prison. Elward, 4 other former Rankin County Sheriff's deputies, and another officer pleaded guilty to more than a dozen federal charges in August, after Michael Corey Jenkins and Eddie Terrell Parker accused them of bursting into their home without a warrant, beating them, assaulting them with a sex toy, and shocking them repeatedly with a stun gun last year. Jenkins said one of the deputies shoved a gun in his mouth and fired the weapon. According to the federal indictment, Parker was staying at the home of a longtime friend, and Jenkins was there temporarily. Officer McAlpin received a complaint from one of his white neighbors that some black men had been staying at the property, and the neighbor said they observed suspicious behavior. That night, Officer Dedman reached out to another group of officers and asked if they were available for a mission. And that's when on January 24, 2023, the officers entered the home without a warrant, handcuffed the men, and done all their gruesome stuff. At one point, Officer Dedman demanded to know where the drugs were and fired a bullet into the wall. The complaint also said Dedman poured milk, alcohol, and chocolate syrup on their faces and into their mouths. It's also said that they poured cooking grease on Parker's head, while Elward threw eggs at both men. Opdyke, Middleton, Dedman, and McAlpin used a wooden kitchen implement, a metal sword, as well as pieces of wood to beat Parker. The incident culminated in a mock execution when Elward fired a bullet into Jenkins' mouth, which lacerated his tongue, broke his jaw, and exited through his neck. According to the complaint, the officers then ordered the men to strip naked and shower in order to wash away evidence of abuse before being brought to jail. The officers then concocted a cover story, then planted and tampered with evidence to corroborate their false cover story and to cover up their misconduct. According to the complaint, the officers submitted fraudulent drug evidence to the crime lab, filed false reports, charged Jenkins with crimes he didn't commit, made false statements to investigators, pressured witnesses to stick to the cover story. Then to top it off, he planted a gun and destroyed video evidence, shell casings, as well as stun gun cartridges. It's also worth noting that 3 of the officers, Dedman, Elward, and Opdyke, also pleaded guilty to using excessive force in a separate incident. But make sure to let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think they should have got a lot more time? Thanks for watching, and remember, if it's more interesting, you can find it here.